Hello Story Chasers, this is Amber again, and today I have a very special guest. This is Wendy. She's my good friend from my Escapers RV group, and it's really all her fault that I started liking truck campers.
Oh.
I saw her truck camper, which is just behind us, when we were in Alaska. She also had a van just before she got the truck camper. So today we're going to talk with Wendy about why she decided to switch from a van to a truck camper. We're also going to do a tour of her truck camper and ask her some really great questions to help me decide if I'm going to get a truck camper this next year.
For me, I like to boondock. I like to be in the national parks. I like to be in nature and outside, hiking, swimming, kayaking. So I found with my van is its low clearance was an inhibitor for me to be able to get to those areas. I had a Airstream 24-foot Interstate 3500 that couldn't be lifted. And so as a result of that, that was one of my main motivations, is to get something that was better to go into more remote areas and be boondocking. And the second item was just electricity and power. It wasn't really designed well, and even though I had solar and batteries, I still ran into power issues with boondocking. I don't have any issues. I've never felt unsafe. I've never had an issue with going from the truck to the truck camper, and I ultimately, choose locations. I do my trip planning in such that there are places I'm going to be comfortable. So I do stay in remote places, but I've never encountered any safety issue whatsoever. And I started out 3 years ago in a travel trailer and an SUV, so I'm used to having, one option to go in and out of. The van was the first time I had an all-in-one solution. Not at all. I mean, think first and foremost, if you're going to purchase a truck camper, you need to buy the right truck. And a lot of people tend to buy under. So you have to make sure you have the right truck for the type of truck camper you're going to get. Mine here is a high-end truck camper, has a heavier weight than others, but with the right truck, I often forget it's even up top when I'm going down the road. And I've been in some windy areas in Washington. I live in Iowa in the Midwest, and so there's a lot of wind there. And I've never had any issues whatsoever, never had the camper move other than the normal jiggling that it's going to do in the truck with the bumpiness that you have on roads. But never, ever had any issues that it's caused me any trouble. So I have a 3500 Ram heavy duty. It's a 4x4, it's a diesel, and I do have the dually, and it is recommended with, the Host campers, Cascade and Mammoth. It's not necessarily required, but I didn't have to do any upgrades to my truck. I did put in some timber and springs, but other than that, my truck is exactly how I bought it. It does not sag, carries it very well. I've been in mountain passes, I've been in Canada, I've been up in Alaska, been in some very remote areas in the Yukon, and it works well. It's got the power, the capability, and the engine, and I have no issues, and I love it. It's just worked out really well. These are part of the tie downs. They're welded onto the truck when you purchase a truck camper. In my case, the dealer put them on for me. When we were doing the transaction, they took my truck and got it prepared for the loading of the camper. So as it relates to my truck, when I don't have the truck camper on, I usually am getting about 18 to 22 miles to gallon. It is diesel. When I have it on and I'm not in high mountains or elevation climb, I typically am getting about 12 to 13 with it on top. And then when I do have areas that I'm climbing, it can be anywhere from 9 to 11 on an average for miles per gallon.
I tell you, Wendy is a pro at removing the truck camper, so make sure you watch next week's video to see how Wendy unloads and loads the truck camper onto her truck each time she sets up her site. All right. Wendy's going to show us the inside of her beautiful truck camper now.
Welcome. Thank you, Amber, for the opportunity to share my truck camper on your channel. I think this is one option as an RV that many people may not know is available, and so I just appreciate the chance to share because I love it.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it too. Can't wait to go through it with you.
Fantastic. Well, I'm a visual person, so the minute I walked in one, which is a friend of ours, fellow escaper, has one, it is the roominess. It's like, for me, an efficiency apartment on the back of my truck. I have all of the little quadrants. I have a kitchen, I have a living space, I have a bathroom, and I have a bedroom. And so that's one of the features I love about the truck camper with the opposing slides. It opens it up and gives you that feel. So when you first walk in, the first feature is the kitchen. I enjoy cooking very much, and I find this to be a very workable space. I do have an oven, a convection oven, and a microwave. I have plenty of storage up here, down below, and then over here is a complete 4-quadrant. And I open up each of them. I have lots of spices. It's probably one of my go-to things for my cooking, but each one of them are like this, and it's great storage. I recently put the backsplash up thanks to a friend, and I love the feature and the color that it brings to the camper.
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful.
And there's a lot of window and natural light throughout the entire camper, and I love that feature as well. So this is kind of the entertainment center. I've got the fuse box and solar charger and some features up here. TV, stereo, surround sound, and fireplace. So this is kind of like the entertainment center. And then this entire space is the living space. One of the things I love about this space is this table. It's called high-low. It moves left, right, it moves front, back, and it moves up, down. So I can have that in a coffee table, a game table. I have it as a standing desk because I do work remotely full time. And I can, fold this down and put it away and use it as a dining table as well.
How easy is it to move up and down?
Oh, simple. There's just 4 brackets that are 3 brackets that are underneath that you just grab and pull like that.
Okay.
And it's super easy. And then you just kind of put your weight on it and push down.
Okay.
And so it's super flexible to move. And then both of these couches are beds. So this is like a 6-foot double, and that's like a kid single. And they just pop up and fold down, and part of the cushion would fit on the coffee table as extra support.
So when you're traveling,
yes,
and you have to pull all the slides in,
yeah,
what do you do with your workstation equipment? So all your computers and everything like that? Because that would be a similar situation for me, and I imagine other people who work remotely too.
Yeah. So the computer usually goes into the bag and goes up front with me in the car with kind of my normal go-to things that kind of are traveling with me. The monitor, I just lay flat on the bed. And this desk just folds down flat as well. So those are just 2 things. I have a few things on top of my kitchen cabinet and a few things in my bathroom and this. Other than that, I don't have to move anything.
That seems pretty easy.
Yeah, it's quick tear down for me. So this is another feature from the van to the truck camper I love. I had a wet bath in the bathroom of my van, and I got used to it, but it wasn't my favorite thing. So there is a full bath, toilet, vanity, and a very roomy shower. One of the modifications I recently made was there was a retractable door on the shower, and I changed it to one of those tri-fold that fold in and out and are flexible, and therefore I have a full shower curtain, and when the door's closed, which is right here, it's magnetized for travel, that comes clear out over this vent. And so you just have more elbow room, and it's just very nice to have a full true shower and bathroom on the road. I have very nice tank size in the truck camper, which is another feature that is a huge plus. I have a 65-gallon fresh. I have I think it's a 48 gray and a 38 black. So I have a black tank. The toilet and this sink are on the black tank. The kitchen and the shower are on the gray tank. So it's easy. You do have 2 nozzles, different gray and black, to dump, but I have a Y connector, so when I'm at a dump I can just pull one, pull the other, and it works out really well. So the bedroom, Another feature that I like from the van to the truck camper is I don't have to make my bed up and down every night. And so I have a queen bed. I have 3 different closets. I have a storage unit for shoes or laundry. And so I have plenty of capacity being a solo traveler that I don't have to worry about. I have all seasons clothes and don't have to pack anything away. So it's very nice. I have a TV. I have my Wi-Fi on this wall and fans. And so it's just very comfortable, you know, to have as a sleeping area and have a full bedroom instead of having to make it up and down. So this is one of the hanging closets next to the bed. Oops, sorry. And you can see there's plenty of space. It is a triangle, so the back corner and the back of the clothes is storage as well. So you could put things that you don't use very often or seasonal things back there. I happen to put my costumes because a lot of our escaper events have themes, and so anytime I need a costume, my costumes are behind the hanging clothes.
I love that you have a place just for costumes.
So this is my formulated pet bed, and my Shiba Inu Aspen sleeps here, and these are her toys that she brings to bed with her at night.
And can she jump up from the ground?
Absolutely. She jumps up from the down or from the couches, either one.
And then it looks like you have a storage over here too?
Yes. But this is the storage that I mentioned that I happen to use for my shoes. But it also is designed as the hamper, if you have a feature or build one. Okay. And since I work on the road and sometimes travel, I still have to carry business attire. And so those are kind of my business clothes that I don't use very often. So this is one of my favorite features that I just added in the last 6 weeks. So it's a 3-inch platform bed frame that fits underneath my current existing memory foam mattress. And it goes up in the back. I just have the remotes. All my remotes are Velcro to the walls where I want them, so I know where they are, I don't lose them, and I can grab them. But this goes up and down for the back. It also goes up and down for the feet. And then it also has a vibrating sensation in both the back and the feet.
That's incredible.
So I can sit here and watch the TV that's behind you and have the remote, or watch the TV up here in my bedroom. And this isn't all the way up. It goes actually to full zero gravity. But this is one of my favorite features that I've added because I can sit here and enjoy and have a whole new sitting space for me. So one of the things with RVing and boondocking is the solar battery capacity. My Cascade is a 2020. I chose the middle off-grid package from Host directly, and that is 4 lithium batteries. So I have 480 amp hours, and then I have 3 170 panels on my roof, so 510 in total solar. And then I have the ZAMP charger controller. So with that, I'm able to operate my air conditioner, the fireplace, all of my features that I need to boondock. I also installed a DC-DC charger that when I drive, that my batteries are being charged through my truck's alternator. And so that also provides me with charging capacity. I do not have a generator, haven't had one in the 15 months that I've had the truck camper, and I haven't had a need for it. If I ever do find, you know, what I would do is go to a campground for a night, do laundry, do tank maintenance, and then be able to charge and hook up with the 30 amp. So I'm pulling in 32.3 amps right now from the sun. We have a great storage outside. It's the basement, or we call it the morgue in the Host world of those that own it, because it is like a morgue tray. But it pulls straight out. The batteries, your water pump, and gray tank are all inside and ultimately are accessible. If you empty your tray, you can lay in it and get in underneath and do the work or repairs or maintenance. But it's a great storage area for all kinds of situations, to hose and house your, personal items and things that you might need for the outside. So I have my tools, my safe, extra supplies, my whole tank maintenance stuff. That's what's on mine.
So Wendy, have you ever gotten stuck in there before?
I have.
Do you care to share?
Oh, sure. So I have the RV locks on my system, so they're via keypad. It had to do some do-it-yourself creative figuration, and I put this on so I can do the RV lock, and I was inside the tray aligning the lock and got stuck inside. So I had to work with this and this to be able to get out because the levers are on the outside.
Okay. So I understand the morgue table actually locks in place when you're inside.
It does.
So if you're doing any kind of maintenance work in there and it clicks in.
Correct.
What do you have to do?
You have to wiggle around like a worm and turn around if you're by yourself like I am, and then come forward so you can push the lever down to release it.
I feel like Host should put some kind of like a button in there or something where you can hit it and it pulls you out.
Yeah, that would be
for
good.
Safety purposes.
Or have two people, don't
There
get
you
locked
go.
in your morgue.
Exactly, don't get locked in your morgue. Moral of the story. All right.
That's just to be able to get up on the roof if I need to with the solar panels or the air conditioner items. There is a ladder obviously attached, but I'm only 5'5", so getting up and down, I need that extra bit. So that's why I have it.
You know, one of the things that I talked about before with slides was I never wanted slides because they're a pain in the butt. What if they break, they leak? What is your experience with it?
Well, I fortunately have not had issues with the slide. I did have one fuse that I had to replace. One of the things that I will share is Host is fantastic for, in my opinion, customer service. I am a person and not a number. So when I call, I get the actual people and they call me back. So, you know, when I had a fuse issue, I called, I spoke to the warranty manager, shared what I needed, went to the Napa Auto Parts store, picked it up, took a picture. Is this the right one? Yes, it is. And I came back, exactly showed me where to put it in, and I was able to do it myself. Now I do clean the tracks because I go through a lot of different climates. Maybe there might be dirt and sand and different things, but my intent is at least annually to do a good service of the entire RV and good maintenance, and that's the trick to keeping them moving and doing what they're supposed to when you're moving down the road. I've put 45,000 miles on this in 15 months, so I've been a lot of places. So this compartment here is officially designed for the generator. Mine is the taller one to be able to put a portable Honda because I did not buy the feature of the Onan generator. But with my battery and solar, I haven't had a need. I was kind of playing it by ear, and in the time frame I've owned it, I didn't. So I just use it for additional storage of some of my electrical and personal items.
Oh, so this is your freshwater, right?
Yeah. So a freshwater tank is right up front here. So in addition to the monitors inside, you have direct access, especially when it's off the truck.
And where's your freshwater fill? Oh, freshwater fill's right there. It's,
Right
oh,
here.
it's gravity fill too.
Yep.
That's nice. And then your black tank, where's that at?
It's in the slide, actually.
Oh,
It's in this slide underneath the couch. So it's right under here. In the slide.
oh, so when you want, but when you want to dump, where do you go?
Oh, right here.
Oh.
This is the black tank, and the gray is down there.
Okay. So Wendy, if you had any suggestions that you would give to a new person looking to buy a truck camper, what would that be?
Well, first and foremost, look at them all. They have all different options and features. Find which floor plan, which size, which weight, what works for you. But most importantly for me, I found the one that's home. I walk in that every day and it feels like I'm home. And I love the interior. I love the efficiency and the capability that it offers. And I would just recommend people taking the time to go look to see what is home for them.
Well, Wendy, I want to thank you so much for showing me your truck camper. It's going to really help me to make a decision on buying a truck camper this next year. I'm actually going to be touring the Host manufacturing plant sometime this summer, which I think you're going to be there as well, so hopefully we'll be able to meet up there. But I'm going to do a tour. You guys, I'll actually show you the tour that I'm doing there, but I really am leaning towards Host at this point. I love what they have to offer. And as Wendy was saying, I love the fact that you're a name, not a number. And if you guys saw one of my videos that came out this last year about how the RV industry sucks, this is one of the reasons that a lot of RV manufacturers, they do treat you as a number and not a name or a person. And it sounds like Host is doing a fantastic job. at customer service. So Wendy, thank you so much. If people want to connect with you and ask you questions, can they find you on Instagram or Facebook, or where would I need to point them to?
Yeah, Instagram would be great. It's WSK on Wheels. That would be the best way. You're welcome to touch base. Happy to answer questions, and thank you so much for doing the tour and including. It's been fun, Amber.
Oh, thank you, Wendy.